doing? I've been going crazy here. Um, Let me just wrap my hair up one more time. Um, so that I can encourage it to dry. And let me just do this and this. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Oh my God, what a day. I tell you, Howie I, all right, let's just hang on a second. Howie and I are going to the track this weekend. And he left this morning saying, okay, can you make sure that, like, the sinks are clean? And because, I had dishes and stuff going on, right? So can you make sure the sinks are clean and that can you pack our clothes and stuff? And I was like, okay. Okay, here's my thing. All right. Then he says, okay, I just spent half a day going through our clothes, throwing away some old clothes, folding a bunch of t-shirts that Howie doesn't wear and putting them on top of his dresser for him to sort through, and then keep the ones he wants. Because he said, well, if they're good and I don't want them, we'll just give them away. I said, that's fine, right? But I just folded a mountain of laundry. And then he asks me, men, okay, I'm sorry for the men here, but let's just say this. He says to me, when you pack our clothes, can you pack up our clothes and make sure my Luskville Dragway t-shirts are in there? Do you know what that means? That means I had to go through all the folded t-shirts to find his 4 friggin' Luskville Dragway t-shirts and fold them all back and put them away. So I'm like, right? So, and I've been busy today. I went to Giant Tiger. They had whole chickens on for $9.97. Last time I bought them at $9.97. The last time I bought them, they were $7.97. So they've gone up $2. But I brought them, and they're in a loose. The bag is like loose. They don't even try and vacuum seal it. So I brought them home and I rebagged them and vacuum sealed them, and I chopped up all my zucchini and got that in the freezer. I packed all the food, my medication, Gracie's treats, and then I went, oh shit, Freaky Friday. So sorry for my language. I had to pack my I had to pack my laptop, my speaker, you know what I mean? So I'm like just now having a shower, and he's like, he's going to come home because he just told me the last couple of days that is not working tomorrow. So that just ended me from having any time to get anything done, because this is the second time he's done this on a long weekend and said, we're leaving Thursday. What? What? What do you mean leaving Thursday? Right? So, hey, how's everybody doing? Hi, Karen Atkins. Let me say hi to everybody. If you want to hear me say hi, if you want me to say hi to you, let me put it that way, then please say something right now, because it doesn't show up on the participants unless you are participating in chat. So I'm going to pop this out and I'm going to say hi to Audrey Abbott, Autumn Gypsy, Boo, Seashell, Karen Adkins, and you look like a new name, so I'm going to say hi, how's it going? Kathy Krause, Semwa, Lily Carter, Margaret Oliver, Monica Schumann, Monique Muridanes, did I say that right? Nana, Paula Bowie, Under Pressure, Robin Rose, and Rosie Slade. Now I'm going to pop this back out, put it on live. I'm going to pop my chat out because my phone is hiding stuff here. So I'm going to pop the chat out. And there we go. There we go. Hey, how's it going? Woo! So, and I still haven't, and I know there's going to be stuff forgotten. Now, I could take the car, okay? I have to, don't let me forget my walking sticks before I go off. Okay, get off here. Sorry. I'm going to take my walking sticks so that I can walk because the batteries on my scooter are dead. And I'm walking more anyway, but my knee is really bad. So, hey, Seashell. Oh, you made shrimp cocktail. So you know, Howie has been driving Briar back and forth to work on the weekends. Remember, he comes here and Howie's been driving him back and forth. And so I just assumed last weekend when Howie was driving Art Briar back and forth that he would tell him that we're not going to be here this weekend. He did not. He found out last night. And he's like, oh shit, because he doesn't drive. So maybe, I don't know what's going on. So I apologize to him. Part of me this morning woke up crying. Well, I didn't wake up crying, but I got up to do Howie's breakfast and lunch. And I have some down below issues right now on my bottom that are causing me a lot of uncomfortableness and pain. And spending a weekend, 4 days in a motor coach boondocking it is not necessarily my idea of fun. The rest of it's awesome. The racing, cheering on my husband and filming and live streaming and all that stuff. But it's physically, it's one thing if we're in a park where we have water hookup, where we have electrical hookup. But have you seen the price of gas? It cost me $120 to fill my truck yesterday. And that was the cheapest gas I could find. What do you think it's going to cost to run the generator in the motor coach? Because that runs off the tank for the engine. Hey, Joe, how are you? I'm coming to Mexico. If this shit keeps going on, I'm moving to Mexico. How's it going? Oh yeah, I have to shave. So yeah, I shave, folks. Okay. I have, as an adult, almost no hair on my armpits, almost no hair on my legs, almost no hair anywhere else except my head and my chin. That's where all my hair grows. And it got to the point where I was getting really bad red rashes from plucking. It got too much, so I had to shave it. And I have so much gray that laser treatments wouldn't work because they have to have black roots, right? I know. Hey, Meredith, how are you? And Kelly Debro, sorry. And Meredith Turner. So, all right, excuse me. I've been on the run since I fell out of bed. I phoned Briar and said, I got to go to Giant Tiger. Do you want to come? And he goes, yeah, we'll go to Timmy's. I'll get a nice cap, right? So, this is how Briar and I visit, really. Because when he's here on the weekends, I don't see him. Howie brings him home. I'm in bed. Briar goes downstairs, and they're gone in the morning, right? So I don't actually see him on the weekends unless he's passing by, right? So yeah, there's nothing wrong with shaving. When I took Briar today, I was wearing my mask. It was one of them black paper masks, but before I put it on, I went, oh no, I forgot to shave, and I'm going in public. And Briar goes, grow out your beard, Mom. I said, it's not there yet. Right? And I said, oh, but I'll just wear a mask, and so problem solved, right? Hey, how's it going? Okay, I have to medicate here. So, went to Giant Tiger. Got 3 whole chickens. Excuse me. Hey, Nana. My daughter is in the hospital. What's going on with your daughter, honey? We can't afford to invest in solar panels right now. The ones we had here at the house, we sold to my cousin Jeremy for his place. And we can't afford right now. There's things the coach needs. There's things my truck needs. My truck needs a new rotor or drum on one side. Bev, I did it. I bought my boat on Tuesday. The dream will be a reality. I will email you a few pics. Oh, Cal, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, what's going on with your daughter, Nana? Or can you say? I got a job after a couple of years of being unable to work due to my mental health. Oh, that's awesome, Meredith. That's awesome. I just actually made a post on Facebook because I realized that there are people out there. I've had so many Facebook pages under my name because I've gotten blocked out of them or I've been hacked and all this stuff. So I've changed my Facebook page, my public Facebook page, probably 4 times in the last year and a half. So there's family out there that don't even know I'm here, like don't even know that I have a new Facebook page. And I also I found there was way too much, like, let's face it, Facebook is not family friendly. And I'm not just talking about kids. I'm talking about adults. Let's talk about this. Hey, Lady B! C19 being on a ventilator for 3 weeks, took her off 2 days ago, and now has a trach. She's alive. That's awesome. She's alive. Did she have any underlying conditions, honey, that made it like so bad for her? We'll absolutely be praying for her, Nana. If she's off the ventilator, then it's a step in the right direction, right? It does, Kelstorm, cause so many conflicts. So in the last year and a half, like I said, I have been hacked a couple of times, and I just made one final Facebook page, and I removed. I just didn't re-add family, right? I invited some family back. But the thing is, social media is not designed for clear communication. Even this can be trouble sometimes because you can have identical twins. This was my Facebook post because I put it on my public page because you guys know I mostly put my posts, anything I talk about or anything is on my private Facebook page, which is our private Facebook page, which is Connected Respectful Hearts. And it has rules, right? So, and that is no politics, no drama, and no negative or mean content, right? Now, I actually, thank you, Booze. Booze Cruise is here. And Boo pulled me up on that because I got so upset about some local politics that I posted it on my private Facebook page. And they went, what's with the double standard? And I went, oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. I get heated sometimes, and not heated, but I get excited sometimes and I want to share shit. So I took it off my private page. But the thing is you can have 2 identical twins who finish each other's sentences, okay? And they can look at exactly the same thing. Okay? They could, let's say they're looking at a volcano and it's rumbling. And if they don't talk and share their own perceptions, they are thinking and feeling and seeing 2 totally different events in their heart and mind. Okay? Now, and that's a truth. It's the absolute truth. Nobody, even identical twins, are exactly the same or perceive things. Just the fact that they're standing 1 foot to the left or right of their twin means their perception is different, right? So, social media is comprised of pictures, memes, news stuff, and people's opinions. Because let's face it, opinions are like butts. Everybody has one, right? But the thing is when you're going on pictures and printed words, first, you have to go through your head about what you know about the person who posted it. And I'm telling you, people don't know much about each other that they think they do. They don't know much about each other. They know less, a lot less about what they mean to or think about each other. They don't know much about the other person. You could be twins, and there are things that are private, right? So people don't, so if you put it in a situation where you got a person who loves you, thinks they know you, and you put up a post that may seem funny to you or maybe of political import to you or anything. You can put up a happy face and say, have a nice day, assholes. And guess what? Somebody's going to get offended. But I thought it was funny. That's an example. Okay? So when you have people who think they know you really, really well, it can cause, like family, it can cause, hey, Angie, it can cause strife because they can look at you and you are not the person they thought you were. That is absolutely true. They are not the person you thought they were. But it doesn't mean they are the person you think they are now. Because of that meme, picture, comment, whatever it is, you've gone from standing right next to your identical twin, who you've known since birth, to a place that is faceless, where you've got nothing but names, words, and pictures. How much more is the reality of what you posted and what you meant? How much more is that going to get clouded? So over time, I've removed most of my family from Facebook because they just seem to think some of the things I post, they don't really know me, right? They don't know me. I have lived in Quebec now for 20 years. And I can tell you, not exactly, but I can tell you in those 20 years, 75, no, not even, but 75% of those years I've had in constant contact with my husband. Only 75% because he goes to work every day. How much more contact, how much less contact am I getting with my children? How much even less contact when it goes to nieces, nephews, cousins, second cousins, right? So what they thought they knew about you suddenly can become a very emotional issue. Because they think they think, whoa, you've changed, or whoa, you, what do you mean by that? And all this stuff. It's like, because they take it personally. So I just, I put a post because I just like I said, I just realized I've had like 4 Facebook accounts in the last year and a half. I've had three Facebook private pages. It had to be done and then canceled and then done again and then canceled and then done again before we finally got it on the ground where, these are the rules because this is a safe place. All right? If you come here to judge, if you come here to stir up shit, if you come here to create drama, if you come here bringing politics or whatever the case may be, that is not acceptable. Because when you add all those things in, the best of friends can fight like tigers, right? Oh no, what, honey? Oh no, Bev, what? Okay, Sherry. Take care, honey. Mwah. That's how my family are. They one thing and blow it out of proportion and causes strife. So, I mean, for instance, let me reword this so I don't get booted off here. I have a family kind of newsletter. I send out a letter to family and close friends, about once a month. And, excuse me, and I keep it light because email's even worse. There's no pictures, right? But I send a family newsletter out to friends, close friends and family from my personal email. And I don't have a lot of contact with these people other than the occasional, family gathering, which how many have we had those in the last 2 years, right? So many of my family is not on my Facebook. And many of my family, like every year about October, I send out a family email and I say, okay, folks, don't assume I have your address. If you want a Christmas card, you got to email me your address because, I've gotten a new address book from my mother-in-law every year, and she always adds addresses into them. So they're never the same address book twice. So it took me an entire day to organize my address book, right? But that's the kind of family email I send. I tell him how he's doing. He's had a heart attack. He's doing fine, blah, 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 all that stuff. So, hi, teasers, pleasers. So I sent out an email recently stating that at this time, me never, at this sometimes it's a blessing, easier to weed out the family and friends who I no longer wish to be in contact with. Family can be toxic and you don't have to accept it, right? Toxic is toxic. There's no other way around that. You can't dress it up as roses and call it a bouquet if it's toxic, right? Got that. Totally got that. But I don't necessarily, I remove toxic people, period, right? Because guess what? That's not my vibe. Period, full stop. But the problem can be with these emails. Okay, this recent email, I sent out a fresh email saying, how he's doing well, and he's been back to work a full week, and we're going to the races and all this stuff. And I talked about my garden, and I talked about, blah, 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 blah. And near the end of the letter, because I now know that this is an issue for a lot of people, I said at this time, for medical reasons, and I didn't even speak for Howard, I will not be getting the jab. And I don't know, and I said, and not understand, because this was before yesterday when I sent this email, I said, I will not be getting the jab due to personal medical reasons. And I don't know when I'm going to see. Oh, I know what I said. Excuse me. I'm going to clarify. I said, I have no idea what the fall and winter holidays are going to look like, because Howie and I have not gotten the jab. And for medical reasons, I am not going to get it anytime soon for personal medical decision-making reasons. I said, and I don't know what the political climate's going to be after September 1st. So all full and fairness of disclosure, I'm letting you guys know that I am UV. And that may change how people feel about coming to my house. So I felt it necessary to tell my family. And when I said, for personal medical reasons, we are UV, and I, for personal medical reasons, will not be getting one anytime soon. And that's all I want to say on the matter. And I still got emails back saying, well, just out of curiosity, what's these medical conditions? And I'm like, seriously, dude? Okay, let's do this. I can't take Valium. I can't take Librium. I can no longer take Oxy, guys. Remember the doctor was giving me Oxy for the really bad pain days? Can't take it anymore. Can't take Oxy. Can't take Percocet, Demerol, morphine, Dilaudid, some anesthetics, like some like freezing won't work. See, because I'm not just chemically sensitive and pharmaceutically sensitive, I'm also pharmaceutically resistant, which really is a nightmare because some things won't work at all. And some things make me very, very ill. So, and so that's what I said. I said, honey, drug interactions, tons of them, right? Now, this was from a sibling. And they went, oh, okay, I get that. But my doctor wouldn't allow me out of the office because, siblings have had other underlying health issues. They're elderly. I'm the baby of the family, remember. So they have other underlying health issues, and I understand. Nobody seems to get that I understand their needs to do what they have to do. But I can't. I can't engage with people who don't support and understand my reasons for not getting it. And I don't think it's anybody's business. But the truth, full and fair disclosure, I have a family who may need to know that, right? No bickering here. Was just sharing a personal example, and they asked and I did it. Super simple and moving forward in love. Thank you, Booze Cruise. I missed something. Hey, Lady J. Blessings. Hi, Marie. How's it going? So hi, Betty Randall. So these are all hi, old critters. These are all reasons. Now, remember, I've told everybody I'm pulling back. I'm pulling back my political crap. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm putting stuff on my main Facebook page because there is stuff that is just not being shown in mainstream media. And it's not getting coverage because they don't want it to get coverage. Remember, folks, public media in Canada is owned by the government. Most of it is owned by the government. That's why it's called public. So they get to have a say in what gets said and not said to push their agenda. For instance, let's talk about, I don't want to talk about politics, but I'm just saying right now the polls, if you look at the polls in our country, those are another way of swaying people into another way of voting. Why? Because they put these numbers out and people go, oh, so-and-so's gaining. And this guy, well, he's only at 3%, so we're not going to do him. We might as well vote for this one, right? It's manipulation. None of those pre-polls and that should be on TV at all. That's swaying people's vote, right? You didn't know? CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Okay, wait a second. All news. Okay, you know what? You may want to look that up. But the last I checked, the CBC was owned by the government. The CBC Corporation is a subsidiary of the federal government. So, I mean, I've been telling people, when you see me come out, I know I'm not gay, but thank you for thinking so. When you see me come out, when my studio is finished, and I'm wearing makeup and wigs, and I'm in full character, whatever the character may be that day, and it'll change from day to day, don't think I've lost my noodle. I'm just going into a happy place. I'm going to a happy place, and I'm going to read cards and all this fun stuff. And you can treat it exactly how you want. You can treat it like a carnival game to lighten your spirit and have fun, or you can take it seriously. But if you don't like it, then it's only going to be, for you guys, it's only going to be like once a month, right? But when my studio is done, all live streaming will be done from downstairs in the studio. I'm too old to deal with BS. Just love people and treat them fairly. If they treat you the same way, keep them. If not, they're gone. Well, I mean, seriously, folks who get all bent out of shape over what their family posts on Facebook really should know better. It should be like, grow up, right? Grow up. Just because, I mean, I've had family take strips off me in a loving tone of voice, but still pick me apart. More than one person pick me apart on social media because of a meme. And it's like, you know what? This is not conducive to a loving relationship with my family. Bye. And I've blocked people, right? Why? Because it's my Facebook page. And I'm not there. I'm there sharing stuff. I'm not there bearing my chest so you can judge me. Doesn't work that way. I've gone from being an extremely intense, emotional person, feeling like I have no control over anything that's going on in the world. And guess what? I don't. I don't have any control. Control's an oxymoron. It's an illusion. So what I do have is my need to have personal balance, centeredness, and peace. Anything not conducive to that? I mean, if you come at me and I come back with a filtered through love statement and you cannot accept it and you come back and hit me again, you only get to hit me once. Right? Seashell, I hope you have a splendid time. You will love a vacation here. Oh, you're going to Hawaii, boo? I'm still doing research about where I live so I can still share the knowledge. I love it. Oh, that's awesome. I have made the choice not to allow any type of toxicity in my life. So much happier. I hear you. I hear you, Lady J. You sure you're not little Lady J? Because I know a little Lady J. And if you are the same person, welcome. So I'm not saying I'm casting off people because they don't support me. But I don't have the energy to fight for not fight. I don't have the energy to explain to the people that I love who I am and where I am today. If you love me, you accept me. You may not like everything I say, but you don't get to judge me. If you're judging me, you're not loving, right? Oh, that sounds wonderful. So, I mean, this is stuff that's coming down the spiritual pipe for me. You know what I mean? It's coming down the spiritual pipe. This is, remember, were you guys here when I talked about pulling my spiritual body through the eye of a needle to scrape all of man's interference off between me and God? Okay? I've had to do that. And unfortunately, some of that interference was family. And I don't mean scrape it off like shit from your shoe. I mean, removing interference between you and your higher power. And that does not necessarily mean you're shutting people out. You're just not allowing them to have sway over what you need to do to feel safe and centered and whole. If they can't see that, then come and visit, have a cup of tea. My door will never be closed. I love you. I will hug you, and I will always love you. And I will hug you if you want to be hugged. But it doesn't mean you get to judge me. Right? Yeah, the barnacles, boo. Exactly. It's sure, so what did I miss? Life is short. Share it with people who love and uplift you. It will make for lower blood pressure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, yesterday, there's things I can't even discuss with my own children because they try. Briar will say, I don't want to talk about it. And I'll say, great. Awesome. Right? And Arthur will want to talk voraciously with me about it. But the truth is, my mind and my soul and my heart are mine. And here's the thing. My children are not mine. You want me to repeat that? My heart and my soul and my spirit and my connection to God are mine. My children do not belong to me. And this is a revelation I had yesterday. I am having a great day, Donna. I'm having a wonderful day. I'm kind of, I know I seem to be rushing, but I know Howard's going to be home soon and go, let's go to the track. And I haven't even brushed my hair out yet. Hi, Dudu.
My goodness, you want to say hi? Hello, your baby.
Are we going to the track? Gracie loves the track.
She loves the racetrack. She's a drag strip dog.
She doesn't even flinch when the first motor revs into life in the morning, first thing in the morning. She does not even flinch. There may be fireworks and all kinds of wonderful stuff, eh, Gracie, did you? Yes, my love. Can I be done now? Can I have a kiss? All right. Just a little clutcher. Ooh. Can I have a kiss? All right. Mommy's got to brush her hair. So, oh well, I'm glad you found alive too. We're going to have a great time. I'm not really like tickled about the whole physical part of living in the coach for 4 days by boondocking it. But the thing is, and this is the thing, this morning I woke up and I'm having some physical issues right now. It's not a fibro flare, thank God, but I'm having problems with my right knee in the morning and my left knee at night. And I think that has to do with I'm favoring one during the day, right? So, yes, she is such a good girl. And there's also my nether regions, which I mentioned earlier, that don't make this teeny tiny bathroom in the coach really a comfortable place for me to, look after myself. So when I got up this morning, Howie was like, I'm looking at I made his breakfast and I made him grilled cheeses. I love that spray avocado oil. Oh, and I got to tell you, okay, remind me about the spray avocado oil and butter. So I made him grilled cheeses and I made his lunch. And that's when he dropped the bomb on me, like, okay, can you pack me up some shirts, some underwear, some jeans, some socks, blah, 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 blah. My racing suit and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, doesn't he know I work? Like, my house is a mess right now. Why? Because I work, right? I work. Excuse me. So I just felt really overwhelmed for a minute and I started to cry and he goes, what? I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go with you this weekend, honey. I said, my bottom is in bad shape. My knees are in bad shape. And I'm crying. And he goes, well, why are you crying? I said, because I want to be there with you. We haven't had a full race weekend together all year. And we may not, depending on these new vaccine passports, we may not be able to go to the races after this weekend. Now, the guy who manages it says, no, we're not going to enforce that. Thank you. Because everything's outside anyway, right? But if for any reason it gets, the authorities show up, he can be fined for every UV on the premises. So, I mean, I know there's going to be some slack over the next couple of weeks while people get used to the idea. But the truth is, if that happens, we won't be able to go back. So our entire way of life is being threatened right now. And so I really, really want to go this weekend. But I was just like this morning, I was in pain and I was overwhelmed. What's your birthday today, Seashell? 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 Hey, Corey C. Well, what's your first name? Oh, never mind. I'm just going to call you Shell, okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sweet Shell. Happy birthday to you, my Hawaiian sister. Aloha, my love. Hey, Monica. So, I mean, I really want to go this weekend because I don't know what's going to happen after this. I don't know, right? I mean, we were looking at next year going to Tennessee. May not happen. So, I mean, all of these things, I'm handling all of these things kind of with my family with like kid gloves, right? Because they either don't want to talk about it or they try and change my mind. And neither is acceptable. Neither's acceptable. You don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But don't judge me and not give me, a reason to explain myself or whatever the case may be, right? So I'm evacuated to Hattiesburg. Missed 4 days, still no power. Oh my God, is that from Ida? Is it Ida? I'm sorry, I can't keep up with the tropical storms and stuff and hurricanes and stuff you guys have been having. Is it far from home, honey? Hey, Bear, how's it going? Anyway, I'm pretty much ready to go. I've packed the clothes. I've packed my clothes. I've packed Howie's clothes. I just threw in a package of underwear he got for Christmas. He hasn't opened yet because I'm just not there, right? And when I went to Giant Tiger, I bought the goody foods that we like when we're at that we don't eat often anymore because of Howie's heart attack and stuff. So I got some chips and I got him a bottle of Dr. Pepper. And I got myself a bag of clementine oranges because I just don't. Apples are I'm having a hard time with apples right now because I'm a bottom. So, there's going to be no peace. Trust me, I'm on a racetrack. There is going to be no peace, but I will have some fun relaxing. And I got to remember to put my walking sticks in the car because when I'm sitting outside, yes. So when I went to Giant Tiger, instead of carrying all this crap in the house and having to bring it all back or some of it back out to the coach, when I got out of the truck, I just went through all my Giant Tiger bags and going, okay, that doesn't need refrigeration. That's going, that's going, that's going, that's going. And then I walked those bags over to the coach and put them in the door. And then the rest I was able to carry in the house. But I still have some stuff in the fridge like hamburgers and butter. Do you remember I did the video on making... I have tried baked chips. I don't mind baked chips, but it's not something you see often there's just chips, right? I should have got myself some pretzels actually, because I love pretzels. But because they're like a baked thing, right? What was I going to talk about? Oh, butter, right. Squirrel. Anyway, gotta make sure I don't say that like that. Anyway, remember when I did the spreadable butter with the extra virgin olive oil? I did it. Get this. Hi, Mama Cat. You know what I did yesterday? I put 2 pounds of room temperature butter in my blender. Now remember, I have a Ninja. And it has a central stem with 3 S blades on it. So that I would do it in a food processor. Okay. But put 2 pounds of butter in, a 1 finger pinch of salt. And then I added 3 cups of 100% sunflower oil. Oh, it's so much better. And I did that in the blender until it was smooth. And I just poured it into tubs and put a lid on, put one in the freezer, put one in the fridge. And I'm telling you, perfectly spreadable butter right out of the fridge. Perfectly spreadable, and you don't lose anything in the flavor. Um, oh, it's cold. It's cold here, right? Oh, my peppers are going red. There's a video coming out tomorrow, which means I'm going to have to edit it and upload it before we leave. But there's a video coming out tomorrow. I did a garden. I showed, I did show my peppers and I picked the zucchinis, and then I finished the video by coming home from Giant Tiger and showing you what I did with my chickens and stuff. So, oh yeah, because butter's up to $5 a pound. If you're lucky and you can get it at Costco, it's $4.49, right? Like you saw my video, our prices going up. Yeah, hell they are, right? So I'm turning all my butter into spreadable butter with sunflower oil, and that is you can use it in replacement of like for instance, my double chocolate zucchini bread. I got more zucchinis coming out of the garden. I have a feeling Howie's going to forbid me after this winter. He's going to forbid me from ever planting zucchinis again. Hi Andrew, how are you, darling? $1.88 butter sale last week. The closest I've come to seeing that is Super C or Maxi. Somebody had it on last week and I missed it. And it was 3 pounds for $9.99. That's $3.33 a pound. And that's the cheapest I have seen it. That's the cheapest I have seen it in like a year. Right? So, well, yeah. Okay, so what it is it makes it like margarine, only it's healthier. So, 1 pound of butter, 2 cups, or I'm going to say a cup and a half, because you don't want it too runny, right? But a sunflower, if you use olive oil, even extra virgin olive oil, it is going to get harder in the fridge. Same if you use it with coconut oil. It will get harder in the fridge. Why? Because the olive oil thickens up in the fridge when it gets cold, and coconut oil goes hard when it gets cold. So sunflower oil is, to me, the best of both worlds. So what I got is 1, 2, 3.5 pounds, roughly, of what feels like margarine but tastes like butter. And it makes it go much, much farther. And you can bake with it. Like my chocolate zucchini bread, I calls for 1 cup, half a pound of butter and 1 cup of oil. Well, that's just 2 cups of my spreadable butter now, isn't it? Right? The cleanup sucks. What's going on, Corey C? Oh, right, from the hurricane. Sunflower oil is highly inflammatory. Okay, do you mean inflammatory or do you mean inflammatory for pain? Because I don't use a lot of butter anyway, right? I mean, I'm going to save a couple of pounds of butter for my Christmas baking, but from here on out, it's all going to be sunflower oil. The nearest Kroger near me is 45 miles away from me. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I can get sales and deals in Ottawa. But when it costs $120 to fill my truck, and it is a truck, then you're really careful about how much you actually drive that truck and how far you go. Because guess what? The gas is pushing the prices up on food. And then if you have to drive farther to get better prices, you're not saving any money at all. Unless you're doing like an $800 shopping in one shot, which is hopefully coming. So, hey, old critters. As crazy as everywhere else. Absolutely. Things are getting pretty crazy. Things aren't crazy. But it doesn't mean that we have to add to the craziness. Hence, me pulling back, except right now. I know I'm pulling back from social media, but on Facebook, I share anything, right? But in my private Facebook page, no, that's a safe place. No, ghee is not any cheaper in Canada than butter. I have a 3-pound tub of ghee to make my next medical butter, and it was $15. So that's $5 a pound. But the thing is that's just clarified butter. So if that's the last time I'm buying it until the prices go down again. Right? And I have other ways of using my medication too. Like other than smoking it, I can brew it in water and milk and make a cup of tea, as long as I do it correctly for the right amount of time at the right temperature. Make a cup of tea and I'm all good, right? We don't have case sales in CA, which sucks big time. What do you mean case sales? Oh, right. Well, yeah, I went to the farmer's market yesterday and I got a case of Roma tomatoes, and then I spread them out in a banana box and put them in the freezer because I didn't have time. I thought I was going to be canning today, right? Slow roasting tomatoes and canning spaghetti sauce. No, I had to do dishes and make beds and pack clothes and food and medication and laptops and stuff, right? So I go to work at my food bank and stock up when I'm allowed to at the end of work when we close. Oh, well, there you go. That works. I wish I don't even know. Like, apparently we have food banks around here. I've never even heard of them, right? I know that during the first wave of the pandemic lockdowns, I'll probably get demonetized for saying that. I actually went and helped a friend deliver food hampers to the elderly and people who couldn't get around and couldn't get out to go shopping, right? Because there was toilet paper shortage and all that stuff. But I realized after doing it one day, I couldn't do it anymore because I had I couldn't. Some of these places had to have these cases of food and toilet paper and stuff were being lifted up flights of stairs and stuff. So it's like, I can't do that anymore. But at least I know I was able to help. But I have no idea if we have a food bank or where it is. Know what I mean? So yeah, I just put 3 chickens in my freezer. Yay! And Howie's going to be home soon, guys. So I'm going to have to get off here shortly. I did a payday prep at Dollar Tree last week. Yeah, I'm hoping to go to Costco. But the problem is I now have to wait till the end of the month. And this is only September 2nd. And by then, things may have tightened up and I may not be allowed into Ontario. I don't know how this is all going to play out. But I do know that they will not be requiring passports for us to go into the voting polls. Thank you, God. Because that's nudging towards removing my rights. You know what I mean? Even if they offer you an alternative, I physically like to go to the polls and vote. Did I freeze up? Maybe. I did so I'm going to wait till the end of the month and save up my shackles and hope that I can get everything I need at Costco. Oh, sorry, guys. Did I freeze up on you all? Did I freeze up on you guys? So I'm going to be going to Costco, and I don't care how expensive the meat is. Well, yeah, I do care. But I'm going to get me a nice, great big roast, like a Iowa round roast or something from beef, and I'm going to cut up my stew beef and my burger and grind up my burger. And I'm going to get, what else do I need? Like everything, right? Like everything. So I've got my flour and I've got my sugar, and there's some heavy stuff that Howie doesn't have to lift because we've already done it. Oh, just for a second. Okay. All right. Thank you. So, love and light, everyone. It may overflow with an abundance. May it overflow with an abundance of blessings. Have to go and make dinner before hubby gets home. Have a good time, Bev. Thank you. Well, there's going to be live streams. There's going to be live streams here and on our half acre homestead. I'm going to do, well, maybe not on our half acre homestead. I might not do any live streams there because our half acre homestead folks don't necessarily jive with the people who like to see racing stuff. That's why I made this channel, right? Okay, teasers, pleasers. That's another thing. Somebody mentioned, I don't know, somebody mentioned to me yesterday that I should, I want to go to Food Basics too, because they usually have things like cans of kidney beans and black beans and pinto beans and chickpeas. They go on sale regularly for like 79 cents. And with the prices of meat, I'm going to be adding protein into our food more with beans, right? Oh, Spectrum. For example, 12 pinto beans, $7 at Sam's, $12 at Dollar Tree. Well, you got to know your prices, right? You do have to know your prices. Like, I won't buy canned tomatoes at Costco. Why? Because their canned tomatoes are like $12 for 9 cans. I can go to Giant Tiger and get them for 97 cents, right? Steven, darling, how are you? And I've got tons of rice. Well, not tons. I probably have about 30 pounds of rice. Yeah, roughly 30 pounds of rice. I got to put my hair up, guys, because as soon as Howie gets here, it's going to be move, 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 right? And I think it's going to rain all day tomorrow, so he's going to miss a race, I think. But, I mean, it'll be time for us to sit and do. I just hope he has enough gas in the coach. Should I leave my powdered milk in their bags, or should I would vacuum seal them, Rosie. I would vacuum seal them. Do it the way I did. Put it in a paper lunch bag. Roll the paper lunch bag down and then put it into, or unless you have the vacuum seal jar lids. But if you're putting it in bags, put it in a paper bag first. Press all of the air out of it and then fold the paper bag over and then put it inside, vacuum seal it, and that will help it from any powder getting into your vacuum sealer. What's the topic? Oh, nothing. I'm going to the races a day early. So I'm just getting ready. And the topic is also, why I don't have most of my family on Facebook. I have them on Messenger, but not necessarily on Facebook, because it's like playing broken telephone with a bunch of teenagers, right? It never ends well. It never ends well. And I love my family. So I just save them the trouble and I just remove them all from social media. Some of my family I have on Facebook Messenger, but that's about it. And that's only because not everybody has the same phone number they had 4 Facebook accounts ago. Because remember, guys, I've been hacked several times and have had to redo my Facebook account many times. So you're welcome, Rosie. Mylar bags with O2 absorbers, but guess what? That can be expensive, right? So sorry that I'm grooming but you know what? Howie is going to be in this house any minute. And I want to make sure I remember my walking sticks. Hey, Sandy Candy, darling, how are you? So, guys, for patrons, Freaky Friday will be at the track. And I have no idea what the reception is going to be like, but I've remembered my laptop and my speaker. And here's hoping we can still have a good time. I'm going to have fun. I always have fun when I'm at the track. It's just it takes me a week to recover when I get home from getting in and out of those steep stairs on the coach, from walking so much And I know that's good, but it's also from using a teeny tiny bathroom. And then there's, Howie and I have we have sleep in separate beds in our room, right? We have two double beds divided by a bedside table. And that comes back to his Toronto polar plunge where we realized we slept better in separate beds. So we're going to be sleeping three people. Well, not three people. Yeah, Gracie's a person. We're going to be sleeping, me and Howie, in one queen size bed with Gracie because she just will not. Oh, I got to remember to put her Benadryl in. So I go from my bed, nice double bed, to, I got to put my earphones in there too, to, and my charge cords, to, sharing a queen size bed with my dog. You know what I mean? And my husband. And it's like, okay, sharing my bed with Gracie is hard enough. Patreon, Monday, Wednesday, Freaky Fridays. Yes, Freaky Friday is probably going to be, I don't know what time, but patrons watch the website for getting in the know. And this is Labor Day weekend. And I'm going to tell everybody, if you are not a subscriber of our Half Acre Homestead, you may want to be. For the simple reason is there is another dog treat straw coming up after Labor Day. This time it's going to be hemp treats and multivitamins for dogs. So earphones, chargers, Benadryl, walking sticks. Do not forget. You know what? I'm just going to... What good is you telling me that if I don't write it down, right? So, earphones, sticks, walking sticks. This is how fast I forget things. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Earphones, walking sticks, chargers. And Benadryl. Right. Good. All right. Listen, guys. Howie's going to be in here any minute. And I haven't even folded up my blanket and pillows. So. Hi, Angel. How are you, darling? Stopping in between meetings to send you some love, Bev, and everyone here. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you, darling. That goes for you too. So remember, folks, the kindest thing you can do with people you love. Oh, Howie's home. The kindest thing you can do for the people that you love, and I love you guys, that's not the same. But if for the people that are the closest to you, like your family, please remove them from your social media. There is just too much space between what they think they know of you, what they're certain they know of you, and crap that gets put on Facebook. And it causes so much strife. So remove your family from social media and start connecting with them personally. You know, if you live in my neighborhood and you're my family, my door's always open. The kettle's always on. I always have tea. All right? Come, have a cup of tea, and let's get to know each other again, because this lady is evolving faster than the speed of light, right? Okay. Thank you. For all those who care to, www.monkey.cool. Okay, I don't know anything about that. So, for all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual push. Now, you don't have to stay, and there is no judgment if you don't. Absolutely not, because everybody is different. But what I like to do is to ask those people who care to get in touch with their faith or with the source of their faith and join me in a prayer. Let's celebrate the similarities in our beliefs, in our ideas. Let us celebrate the similarities in our ideas, not the differences in our opinions. Okay? And Ralph, I'm leaving. All right. So I've given everybody enough time to leave. Let's take a nice deep breath. I have to blow my nose. Excuse me. All right. Let's take a nice deep breath. Oh, great spirit, source of all. Hey, God, how's it going? God, we came together today, and every day we come together, we get a little bit less angry and a little more at peace. At least I do. And I want to thank you, God, for my YouTube family for helping me get here, because it's been a really arduous journey for me. And it's not over by any stretch, but I'm in a safer and more stable spiritual place. And so I'm really grateful for that. And I have my YouTube family to thank for that, for loving and supporting me. But God, there's a lot of people out there that don't have love and don't have support. And even if they do have love, maybe it's not the right kind of love, or maybe it's a dangerous kind of love. Maybe they're alone, or maybe they are frightened or anxious or abused or neglected. Maybe they're suffering. Maybe they have family that's suffering really debilitating illnesses while they too are fighting for their own health. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, God, that is so negative. And we just want to come here and breathe. We just want to come here and breathe. But all those people that are having a hard time finding their light, God, finding their center, finding their connection with you, we lift them up to you, God, so that the sunshine of your love can pour down over them. And even if they don't feel it or see it or hear it right away, it seeps in, because you are God, right? And for the rest of us, God, we want to link hearts and link hands, and we ask you that you fuel our circle as we close it into a circuit, in a circle of light from your love. Pour the light of your love down into us, God. Let it fill us and shoot out our hands and make a revolving light in our circle across the world. And it builds and it builds and it builds with the light and with the love. And it builds. When we can no longer contain it, we push it out to the world, shedding light so that people who are having a hard time can take shelter and know that they are protected. And then let the light push back at the darkness, God. We know the darkness has a purpose. It doesn't have the same purpose as our light does. So let the darkness be pushed back by our light so that we can feel safe and loved in your presence. Yes, I know Daddy's home. Thank you, God. Amen. This is Mrs. Wolfie from Life with the Wolfies, saying, the clock is ticking now. I got to go and get stuff done, because he's going to be wanting out of this driveway in the next 15 minutes. I guarantee it. Take care, and look for the live streams on this channel for the races this weekend, and because they're going to be public live streams. Okay? I love you guys. Remember, if somebody you love says something that may be insensitive, if anybody says something insensitive or hurtful, zip your lips, breathe, and filter your response through love. None of us know what somebody else is going through. Take care. God bless.